All right, we at the top 5. Whitney Houston.
Not mad.
Beyonce.
Not mad.
Michael Jackson.
I'm mad. Keep going.
You want Aretha Franklin?
That's the one we fucked
and
up.
number 1 is Stevie Wonder.
Yeah.
Yeah, we forgot Aretha.
Who forgot Aretha?
I mean, she was she was
making our guesses.
None of us like mentioned her as being a top 3 choice.
Yeah, there's a reason.
Why?
She don't belong.
Aretha Franklin is not a top 3 choice.
You're out of your mind.
I know.
That's crazy. Tell me why. Please tell me why.
Because of all the names that we just read. That's why.
She's not.
You can honestly swap her and R. Kelly spot.
No way.
I'm just talking about you could put her at 9 and put
nobody,
him and put
if
him.
you put nobody be mad at.
If you put
Nobody be
Aretha
mad.
Franklin at 9, nobody bats an eye.
Nobody would say
Oh,
nothing
I
wrong.
think. I mean, she's. I would. I'm mad I didn't say it back the other day. I mean, Aretha Franklin to me, is probably the greatest singer of the 20th century, and she usually gets voted as such. But if you look at her catalog,
It's insane.
it's insane. If you start with, I think it was 67 or 68 with the with Columbia Records, all those covers, all that music she did, which would fit in R&B if we count Etta James. She bodied all the jazz stuff. Then you get to like 1970, 1971, where she starts with Atlantic Records. That run in Atlantic Records is one of the greatest runs we've ever seen. I mean, of top music.
If that's your argument for Aretha, then there's no way that she should be above James Brown.
Oh, I think she's cooking James Brown.
Oh, I thought you got it.
Because she got more decades of it, and her stuff is squarely in the genre more to me than James Brown is. And everybody
I took
you
myself
named,
out of that genre bending argument.
Okay, fair enough. Take the genre argument off the table. The other thing for me is everybody we mentioned, she's taken their work, remade it, embodied it, which for me is also a sign of. I mean, you got Otis Redding, but she takes respect and makes it a song to Otis Redding that's unrecognizable.
So what did Whitney Houston do?
She another one.
She did it once.
Top 5.
That what?
She another one that can get out the top 5.
You out your
She need to get you want it lower, right?
I just think there's some picks where you lose a little bit of blackness even saying some of this shit out loud. Like James Brown not being a top 4 act is, I don't understand that.
I'm with you.
If he's there. It's like anybody putting Stevie anywhere outside of number 1. I'm just not going to understand.
I could
I
see
think Aretha's
Stevie.
right under Stevie. To me, Aretha's right under Stevie.
If Stevie would have been outside the top 3, then it's blasphemy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have argued if he was number 2. I wouldn't have argued if he was number 3.
I think Aretha and James should be pretty close to each other, which they are in this.
Yeah, I think they are.
I'm not entirely mad at that. Although I wouldn't have maybe had her second.
Yeah.
Putting Aretha Franklin second.
From 1960s to her last hit was "Rose is a Rose," right? That was her last big hit. Not talking about that River in the Deep shit. I mean, you're talking about 6 decades. I mean, you're talking about 5 decades, 6 decades of R&B music, and all these number ones. I mean, she is the template. Yo.
But you see what get me about that? Like you said, even when we had the conversation previously, you forgot Aretha.
Yeah.
Like them ones, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You don't forget them.
You don't forget them.
They don't even slip
Ain't
your mind.
nobody
There's
in
no
this
oh
room
shit. I
say,
didn't even think
"That
about
is
that."
true.
You see what I'm saying?
That
Like
is true.
them ones that's them.
Yep.
Yeah, now he's trying
Ain't
to
no
spin the
forgetting.
block with Aretha.
No, I mean, we said
Roses.
Aretha in the convo. I just
we
forgot to
didn't.
rank
No,
her.
we didn't.
No, we
Her
didn't. We
name-
actually
her
didn't.
name
No, we
never
didn't.
got it.
None of us said
Then
her.
that's even worse. Then that's even worse.
No, it doesn't.
That's proving the point.
That speaks volumes that her impact wasn't to the point where it was undeniable that Aretha Franklin would be
No,
in somebody's
You see
I
how
don't
top
think
Stevie
five.
name
This is-
came up? It was like,
Prince's
yo,
name came up. Stevie, Mike, James.
We forgot
Brown.
Ray Charles too. in
Ray
fairness.
Charles didn't come to me.
Hey, I don't
No,
know if we said James Brown.
No,
We
we
said
did. No,
Johnson.
we
Yeah.
said
He was
Ray
in people's
Charles
top
and
3.
we said James
Part of it
Brown.
is because I don't necessarily when you say R&B singer, the word Aretha doesn't come to my mind. I think
Why?
Soul.
because I think of soul. It's a genre thing, but this is a much broader than that. I didn't think of Michael Jackson for the same reason.
But the room did.
somebody
you.
did. in the
Everybody
conversation.
in this room's name tossed around Michael Jackson's name, tossed around James Brown's name,
Yeah.
Beyonce, Whitney Houston. People tossed around certain names. Aretha Franklin's name never came up.
Yeah, but that says more
with
about
8 or
us than
9
Aretha
people.
is what I'm saying.
I'm
We
not
fucked up.
disagreeing,
Yeah.
but it also speaks to her impact and what it means to us in our age group.
Yeah, but I said this might be generational, but I don't think there's an argument against Aretha being at least top 3. I don't think there's a legitimate argument for Aretha not being top 3. I can't see it.
Now with R. Kelly being 9 for me, I'm sorry.
I don't think they're in the same planet.
What?
I think they only become on the same planet when we start talking about songwriting and things like that.
No, I'm talking about music and albums and
Yeah, Aretha has way more albums, way more music, way more impact. I mean,
She's so impactful that nobody.
Give me your top 4
Yeah,
most
like-
impactful Aretha records.
impactful.
Yeah.
That's
Respect, of course.
Respect is number 1. Impactful.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say think. I would say I Never Loved a Man, because when that came out, that B-side of Never Loved a Man and I think it was on the other side.
Yes, Never Loved a Man. I would put
Yeah,
as impactful.
That was one of the most impactful albums of the decade. You know, when it came out as a single. Natural Woman's another one.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, we could, man. In terms of impactful, then you get to the Amazing Grace album, right? The Amazing Grace. She stopped in the middle of a major soul R&B career and made a gospel album. Not the Al Green shit, like when shit is on the wrong side. You know, people make gospel albums when shit is going
When they
bad.
get fucked up.
She stopped and made
Shit on the wrong side.
She made amazing.
They caught me doing this bullshit.
Right.
Oh, Jesus.
right. Aretha shut everything down and made Amazing Grace, which up until a few years ago was the biggest and greatest gospel album ever made. Also, the Curtis Mayfield, everybody we mentioned as a star, she done did something with them and trumped them. I mean, the Curtis Mayfield album she made the album with Curtis Mayfield that he produced that had given him something he could feel on there was a major shift in soul in the late 70s. I mean, to me,
The earliest output is 4.
you said what?
You convincing me.
He got a little
Impactful.
argument.
You convincing me.
He has an argument.
She might have one of the best voices, pure voices.
And I
in
think she's the greatest
history,
singer of all
too.
time. That's the other
And
thing. So, like,
Heard
impactful
Whitney
song
might
is
be
giving him
like-
something he can feel. That would be another impactful
that's what I'm
song.
saying. So she got the records, the voice, the impact.
Longevity.
Yeah, I mean, she
had more number one hits than he does.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Of course.
That's what I'm saying. Aretha is something else. Aretha's
And
on
I'm
the
pretty
planet.
sure that almost every single woman on this list would put Aretha where she's at.
They'd all put Aretha ahead of them.
Yes,
Yes,
every single one.
Whitney would say that. Beyonce would say
Every
that.
single
And
one.
not in that humble shit.
No,
were
they
really-
would just be like, it's a fact.
But she was impactful back in the days, man. Like, you know, it's generational, like I said.
You guys are
Y'all
fucked.
niggas got Mariah
Except
Carey
Mariah.
and
Except-
Whitney
you know what?
Houston out y'all fucking minds. If Whitney Houston is breathing today, she says I'm the best singer on this planet. She
I don't
might
think she
not
said
say it out of respect, but in her heart of hearts, Whitney Houston was feeling like, yo, fam, I'm
I think
that
Aretha
bitch.
was
Y'all
something
can't
else.
fuck
I think
with me,
Aretha
my
was
nigga.
something else. Aretha was something else, man. I ain't never seen nothing like it.
I wasn't even a thought in my dad balls. I'm shutting up.
No, and he's good to go argument, but fam,
No, he switched me a little
not
bit.
two.
I'm embarrassed. I'm an Aretha stan, and I'm embarrassed that I didn't.
Mark, you got
No, I am an Aretha stan.
Yo, dog.
Remember, we had a conversation about this months ago when I was telling you to read David Ritz's book on her. It's dope. And you appreciate her vocals even more.
Okay.
Aretha's amazing.
Aretha's the shit. Aretha is.
She's dope. She dope. Fire.
Clean it up,
They
nigga.
could have put Aretha at 16.
Nigga, I would throw this fucking.
Yo, 11 ain't bad. And nobody would have said
Like, yo, that's right. That's true.
They could have put Aretha right under Otis Renton. Nobody would have batted an eye.
Put her above under Otis Redding.
Yo.
She could have been by Ray Charles, wherever he was at. He was too high. Man, kick all these off.
Bugging.
I'm shutting up.
Humbug.
Dad's gonna fuck you up.
I'm saying things I would never say in front of my parents.
Word.
Unless I was trying to get hit.
Oh no, Pop's gonna call you.
Oh, he gonna call you on that shit. He should.
Pop's gonna call.
Neutral button.